Hey, it's Aaron. Today I'm with the 2022 Honda Civic. This is a totally new car. They completely redid it this year. Let's find out what they changed. The all-new 2022 Honda Civic has seen a lot of change. Most obvious is the change styling. Gone is that kind of pushing the edge, pushing the envelope look that it had before. It's a lot more contemporary now, and it looks a little better for it. It will certainly find a bigger market because of that. There's both a sedan and hatchback. We're looking at the sedan here, but there is a hatchback option. This is the 11th generation of the Civic. It handles really well. It drives really well. You still have that really fast 0 to 10 miles an hour that Honda is really known for. So that first gear of movement just feels really strong. That's kind of a Honda signature. Fuel economy is pretty good. Cargo space is excellent. This car has a huge trunk, and it has a lot of technology in it. There's a lot of features that are in there that are just kind of quietly doing their thing until you notice them. The downer is some of the safety features in these high technologies. They tend to be a little oversensitive. So you'll get blind spot warnings when the car isn't even close to your blind spot yet. You'll get forward collision warnings when a car is just slowing down in front of you and you're not even up to its bumper. You know, you still got a good amount of distance. Little things like that kind of take away from the feeling of safety that these technologies give. But overall, they're pretty okay. And a lot of those you can turn off. So if you don't like them, you can turn them off. I personally, in this car, I turned off the lane keeping almost from the get-go because it was so aggressive about trying to, yelling at me about every line on the road. It was really annoying. I will also note that on the highway, this car is pretty loud. It goes back to the 2 or 3 generations ago, back in the 90s and the early 2000s, when cars like this were the cheap car that you bought, and you didn't mind a lot of road noise because that was just part of the price paid. You weren't paying for all that extra buffering. That's not really the case anymore, so the Civic is a little louder than I think it should be. But it drives really well, and it feels good. It has really good handling, really sporty feel about it. The interior is nice and spacious for a compact. Plenty of room for 4 people. You could get 3 in the back row if you really have to, but I wouldn't do that to anybody you really like or for very long. The tech features on the inside, as far as using the infotainment and other stuff, they're very easy to use and very quick to understand, so the learning curve is very short. There are 2 engines available in the little Honda Civic for 2022. The base engine is a 2-liter 4-cylinder with 158 horsepower, and that mates to a continuously variable transmission. So that's kind of the what would you say, the sluggish dead fish of the group. But you can quickly go up to the much more interesting engine, which is what's in this vehicle here, and that's a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4, which puts out 180 horsepower. That 180 horsepower comes pretty fast because turbos. That has just a wonderful feel about it. It's very aggressive, but it's not so aggressive that you feel like you're going to lose control at any time. With that engine, to get that engine, you have to go to the EX or EXL or up. So you're going to be in the EX models, the Touring model, the Sport Touring, etc. Or the SI if you happen to really want to spend some money on this little car. 17-inch alloy wheels are standard on that package. So if you go with the turbocharged engine, you'll get these bigger alloy wheels, and you get a lot of other stuff like a sunroof and dual zone climate and stuff like that. Really cool, and I personally would recommend going to those higher models unless your payment is really all you care about. You're going to want to go above that base LX trim because it just doesn't have anything. So there you go. That's the 2022 Honda Civic. Hope to again soon.